Can you hear me? Oh gosh, thank you for telling me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah? Can you hear me? Great. Okay, so now you can hear me. I'll repeat some of that. But I wanted to just jump on real quick because it's been a while and I was going to shoot a video and I'm waiting for some supplies instead because we talked about it in my YouTube support meeting, and if you're not a part of that yet, you're really missing out, guys, because it is a round table of just brilliant people who share information with each other and help problem solve in whatever project they're doing. You don't have to be a fashion designer, you don't have to be a fashion design student. You can be working on a craft, as long as it's sort of high level craft. I don't do crafty stuff on my channel. But you know, you can do any kind of project that you want to do. And the group and myself supports you. So that's once a month on a Monday, the first Monday of every month. This month, because it was a holiday in the United States, we postponed it to Tuesday. So we did it, you know, that way. I did put out emails, I did put out a post on YouTube where if you're interested in test driving that and seeing that, send me an email at eliascouture@gmail.com, ELIASCOUTURE@gmail.com with your request, because I use that email to then send you the Zoom link for the next Monday meeting. So please, you know, check that out if you haven't, because it is really an amazing group that has been with me forever. It is such a small fee, it's not even worth changing at this point. And understand, I get half of that, so I get like $4 or $5 a month, and you get to pick my brain at not my hourly rate. So if you're really not taking advantage of that, I don't know what to tell you, because I can't do any better than that. So that's something that you want to do. I've also kept a couple of things on sale on my website, eliascouture.com, where my actual consulting fee. So this is the beginning of the year. If you're going to school, you're thinking about going to school, or you want to be a fashion designer, and you want to see if you're really a good fit, or you want some information on how to get there, you can do the consulting now. I lowered it, and I'll keep it there for a little bit, so that you can do the half-hour consulting or an hour consulting with me. Don't know why I'm getting out of breath. All right, so I don't know. I didn't post on YouTube my adventure. It's more of a personal thing. So if you go to Susan M. Elias, I believe it is, SUSAN-MELIAS on Instagram, you'll get that. You'll also get it on my Instagram channel, which is the same as YouTube, which is Susan Elias Couture. It's a little video of the excursion that I went on to just kind of test my limits and fight some fears. Because everybody can get in a slump, and I know there are other YouTubers, and I won't name them, but who've been on the platform as long as I have, that not only do you get burned out, but you feel like you've given everything you have, and you really don't know where else and what else to present. So it was a way for me to just regroup and to refresh. So I spent the entire summer working on health and getting myself where I want to be. It is a ongoing process. It's not over yet. The fat lady hasn't sung, and I'm not going to be free from problems, you know, until I'm there, right? So meanwhile, I'm just trying to do everything I can in order to give you guys the best experience possible on YouTube and Instagram. But I'm not sure if you have any questions, bounce in. I mean, I love it. And I'm not sure if this has been going on. Oh, I wasn't live on Instagram this whole time. Now I'm actually live on Instagram. I was wondering why no one was signing in. All right, so this is a little bit of a fail, but we're here. Live, I just wanted to touch base. Hello, how are you? It's been a while. I've had a lot of different things happening. I hope you guys had a good summer. I was going to shoot a video, but I'm waiting for some supplies because I really feel that maybe it's time, hence, to get some new needles. This is probably from I'm trying to think what decade this might have been from, that these needles were only $1 something. But I'm doing the asymmetrical skirt for the silk jacket. Thursdays on Instagram is Stump Susan. It's a way for you to ask me a question. It's a way for you to pick my brain. You guys also, if you don't know, I have a monthly meeting, roundtable of brilliant sewists and creators who we meet once a month for an hour, first Monday of every month, to help. It used to be where you were picking my brain. Now it's like everybody is contributing to everything. Whatever project you're trying to work on, we help you try to solve problems, guide you in the right direction, give you demonstrations. So it's really an amazing platform for creators, if you don't know. It's usually the first Monday of every month. Because it was a holiday in the United States, we postponed it till Tuesday. Don't do it that often, but I did. And so it was a great group. If you're interested, please email me at eliascouture@gmail.com, ELIASCOUTURE@gmail. Give me your request. I will hold on to your email address and give you a free Zoom link for the next month so that you can join and see what it's about. If you have been on this before and you want to rejoin, please do. Like I said, it is minimal. It's more of the respect of the group and myself that you sign up because it is a very small fee, and it's a chance for you to get my hourly rate at nothing, right? $5 a month, right? So that's what we talked about, and things come up and we talk about different things, and it sparked an interest about maybe I should get some new needles, which is what I'm doing. Anyway, so the skirt that was draped, the peg skirt for the jacket, is an asymmetrical peg skirt with the zipper is actually going to be in the front of the skirt, and it's going to be on a curve. It's going to be interesting. I cut it out in double of the fabric. I just released a video, I think it was yesterday. Yes, Tuesday. Thank you for joining. Where I talk about the importance of the right side up of the fabric, top of the fabric and the bottom of the fabric if you have a shine, because you can see a slight difference even in satins, in charmeuses, anything, even though this is silk file with a diagonal weave, crazy weave, there is some things you need to note. Only want to talk about and do couture type level stuff at this point. That is my background. I'm going back to my roots with that, and we'll see where that goes from there. And getting my feet wet, even in today's challenges with what I want to do. So the skirt, the yoke inside here, was going to back it with the horsehair from the jacket. That has to be hand sewn. I'm going to wait, for the needles, obviously, and then do a video on that. Hence, by the time I decide to do a video and I get myself halfway decent to film, and I don't get to film, I want to do something like this. Or if I had like 5 minutes of sleep, then we do a live. Half the time when I'm in the zone and I want to do something or I want to film, it's not orchestrated, it's not translated, they're not reading a script, guys. It is all just done at that time that I'm doing it. So half the time when I'm ready to do it, when I'm ready to actually do it, I may not even look halfway decent, hence the last video. But I just do it, right? Because that's what it's about. But I'm going to be more mindful about myself and what I project, and even going forward. I spent yesterday just working on my closet again. I don't know if you guys have I just felt like I was just pulling blindly things from my closet and stuff. I have, I think, 2 or 3 closet reviews that were popular back in the pandemic. I still have those videos out. You might want to check that out. But it's something I periodically do so that I'm grabbing things. But I still will grab those casual things in my wardrobe, right? I like to still be comfortable. Unless it's a couture piece and there's a significant reason to wear it, right? The rest of the time, I'm your typical designer who loves that t-shirt and jeans, right? So anyways, if you have any questions, please pop in and ask. I also want to mention, because I don't know if you know this, but I have quite a few PDF patterns out, and my goal was to first start with the slopers, which hence no one thought was ever going to be successful on YouTube or internet. Obviously everybody and their mother is selling it now, but I wanted to sell and give you guys the opportunity to buy my slopers and my block patterns, which are base patterns with a design. So a block pattern actually is a pattern. So it has seam allowance, it has a basic design to it, and I have them in sizes. It started off with the 5-piece sloper set that I sold. There's no seam allowance, and that's from 2 to 16, I believe. I sold that one. I have them in the letter size and the AI size, A4 I think it's called, where you can print it on your home computer. I think some of them have large format printing ability as well. And it started off with my 5-piece sloper set, which is phenomenal because this is not your basic drafted sloper set that doesn't fit anybody. This was an actual sloper that I used in my own companies for myself and other companies that I worked for and freelanced for as a designer for the last 40 years. I also have, so this is the sloper there. These are the bad printing jobs. You want to make sure you check out my sizing chart. My sizing chart, I made it very simple, very generic, but it coincides with all of my patterns. So if you're not in that size range, chances are my patterns will not fit you at this time, but that can change. So you want to make sure that. I have the 3-piece sloper set. And that was the dress sloper, putting the 5-piece sloper set together so that you can get a top and a bottom, and you have the darts that are connected here from the top to the bottom. Those were essential for any school, any fashion design program, anything that you're going to be doing. And then, if you know me more than 5 minutes, you know that I have my special designer t-shirt pattern, which I have offered here as well. And that is also a downloadable, printable one. My t-shirt is not like any other t-shirt. It has a special gusset sleeve inside, so when you lift your arm, the entire t-shirt doesn't go up. It has a special piece in the back to give you for the curve of your back. So it's a great one. I also have a pant sloper, and I do now have a jacket sloper. So, hi Martha, it's been so long. Nice seeing you here. So anyways, I also have the jacket, the peak lapel jacket pattern. I had courses on it. I just finished the course where you actually get to get my slopers and then learn how I actually custom fit these slopers to give you, to custom it for yourself, as well as possibly a client. I'm teaching you my trade secrets, guys. It's not easy teaching that because it took months of getting out of my head what I do subconsciously to actually put it into a curriculum to teach. Now these courses are also uploaded into my website, eliascouture.com, but what's happening now is that the actual live videos that were 4-hour classes have been edited down to the bare minimum, 2-ish hours or less, and they're going to be uploaded to another level of support on my YouTube channel, which is masterclass where you have access to these courses. And what I like about it, what you might also like about it, is I'm not just sitting there as a talking head or teaching you something on a piece of paper that's boring. You have the interaction of the actual students who took it. So their questions, their dilemmas, me checking with them and vice versa, and that, you know, the process of them getting, you know, whatever we're trying to teach. These were not simple courses. Nothing I teach is simple. I do have a basic sewing class that kind of starts you from the very beginning, but it's not, here's a needle and here's thread. It's a little bit above that. These courses are now, the recorded versions are on my website, and then the masterclass is going to be uploaded as, you have to be a member. So they'll show up on my YouTube channel and you become a member. I think that fee is something like $49.99 a month, and you can absorb as many of those videos as you want during the month and continue with support, with email support. Or you can take, you know, the courses as I do them live, you know, in the upcoming years. I'm gonna take a break. Any questions? Any questions? All right, guys, so I want you to know that, you know, I'm still here on YouTube, I'm still here on Instagram, and I wanted to really just touch base with you guys and hear from you, because it is really important to me to know what you guys want. I mean, we're living in a very strange time. I don't care what anybody says, we're not gonna, you know, go underneath the sheets and, you know, the cover, so to speak. But at the same time, it's very different. The dynamic now is different than the pandemic, because we knew that was temporary. We kind of knew it was temporary, and we kind of know that this is temporary too. A lot of people are, you know, suffering, and, you know, there's still financial dilemmas, and I think every single person is affected, which is interesting about that as well. So I want to know how you like to learn, how you want to learn, what are your aspirations, how do you feel you would like to see even my channel go forward, and if you have any suggestions, would love to hear from you guys. So please give me a question. Please give me a question. I'm waving back, waving back, waving back. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't want to touch anything on this screen. It'd probably go away. But I just wanted to come on board and see what's going on with you guys. I'm still trying to figure it out how I want to go forward with this and where I want to go with it. Creativity is not something you can put in a bottle. It's not something that you can teach. You can teach the skills. The creativity is yours. And if you lose it, your pants sloper was great. Thank you. Anna Marie said that my pose says that my pants sloper is great. Yes, guys, my slopers are not generic. And even if you take my month-long course of fitting, I don't have one for the pant yet, but I have one for the 5-piece sloper set and the jacket. And unless you really have an extreme body issue that is so abnormal that it's not anywhere near what's out there, you won't even have to tweak too much of that pattern. That pant sloper was derived from my years of experience of what's necessary and what's missing in your drafting method. I do not like drafting, rarely ever use it. Kudos to the ones who do. I drape and I do flat pattern. I may start with a drafting and then I tweak it, and then I'll test it on the muslin and on the dress form, etc. Everything is tested and tried and true. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. So I will be putting possibly all of the patterns on a little quickie sale. So, you know, please go check it out on eliascouture.com. I want you, like I said, I did put out this video because I was in bad shape yesterday on TikTok, so I didn't put it on Instagram, where, you know, get the patterns even when, as I have them now that are inexpensive, put them in a folder, label them, file them, and then when you're ready to use it, you have it. When you feel inspired, you have it. You know, like I was saying early in this episode, that, you know, it takes a lot to do a video, right? The whole camera ready part, I don't do too well with. But when I am camera ready, sometimes I don't want to film it. I'm not ready to make the video. Like I said, it's all instinctively. I do it off the cuff. There's nothing that's orchestrated. But I do believe that when you are ready to do something, and if it's available and it's there and it's in your file, and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on this now. Or maybe it's 9 o'clock at night and you just want to tape the pattern together because you're trying to see if you have enough fabric to do, you know, a basic test of this garment. That's the time to get these patterns, guys. That's the time to get these patterns. So I'll put them all on a reduced amount right now. Hello, thank you for joining. So you can actually, you know, get them now and file them and keep them, right? Yeah, I don't know what you guys want. I mean, I would love, there are things that are going in my head of what I'd like to do. I know there are other YouTubers who are like trying to like start over, like they're losing it. And we're all losing it, okay? But if you've been on this platform as long as I have and some other people, you absolutely are losing it. Because like I said, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a secret on Instagram, and I'm telling you a secret on YouTube. If you want to become a fashion designer, this is the secret. It literally is all on my channel. If you take the time, and I even have playlists, to go through and pick my brain, so to speak, and watch those videos and go consecutively and look around, you have finished fashion design school. So with that being said, I've pretty much showed you everything I can think of, right? So what happens is that we repeat ourselves, and then we see if we can make it better, or if we can show it differently, because you guys somehow don't want to see a video that's 10 years old. But I will tell you, the first 2 videos that I put up on this channel are still probably my best videos, because I was, how do I say it? I was still fresh, right? I wasn't jaded by the world of YouTube, and I was giving it to you straight. And if you hear and listen to what I'm saying in those 2 very first videos that were chopped up, test shooting, you know, a million years ago in Miami, that you will see that I'm telling you some secrets that no one else talks about. So there is no shortcuts, there is no scheming, but it's all research. As long as I've been doing this, I never had the ability or the crutch of ChatGPT or Google or any other of those devices. So you either had to figure it out. Maybe you saw it around you if you were in the fashion industry, you were in that realm, or you just experimented and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I really thank you for joining. That's why I, you know, sometimes I just go, I'm not going to look at any of this other stuff, and then I think, all right, they're going to watch my video, and then they're going to say, well, so-and-so did this or that. And I was like, you know, let me do a little research. So then I'll do research, and then that also backs up my time of when I'm going to shoot the video. You know, because I'm like, okay, let me see what's really out there. And then initially what I'm going to show you and share with you anyways, not that I'm giving myself a pat on the back, but is usually right anyways. But it's a way to actually confirm, okay, so that you're on the right track, that's right, that's good information. I want to give you the best information, obviously. I don't want to, give you something that's wrong or false, but hey, I'm human, so if it is out there, I still get questions and comments of videos I put out 10 plus years ago, like I remembered what I said, right? But, it's, we are just doing what we can do to give you guys the best experience possible. But nowadays you have live, we have Zoom, we have other ways of, dealing with how to learn. And I was kind of interested to see if you have a suggestion or an idea of how you want to learn. I'm live on Instagram and YouTube right now, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I will be shooting the next video on the asymmetrical skirt to complete the ensemble, and I'm waiting for some needles because I'm going to be hand sewing the horsehair to the inside yoke of this skirt. Doing other projects as well, and I'm going to be doing some other interviews coming up as well. Interesting though, I noticed that interviews don't do as well on YouTube. I don't know why, but I think that it's a way to get some other brilliant brain, right, and collab and stuff. So we'll see what happens. I want to interview my mentor. I'm hoping to prepare that as a child. She's still around, a magnificent fine artist. I have to find the time to go there in person. I do have sick animals, so I have to kind of judge it how I can do that. It's not far, but it's enough for me to feel uncomfortable. But I do want to interview her and stuff because there's nothing on people from, 70s, 80s, that way, right? On a person, unless somebody else has found that footage and then put it on YouTube or the internet. So these brilliant people are not sometimes even information you can get on them. But everybody has to have a mentor. She was my mentor all the way up to getting into school. Actually, she helped me, I think even with guiding me as a fine artist with my croquis, because I didn't even sketch when I went to FIT. I mean, just to get in the entrance, I was like, how do I even do a croquis, right? So I did research the way I could, and did them with her as well in her presence. But hence I got in. Remember the initial meeting, there was like 2,000 candidates, right? And you had, I think, 2 to 5 minutes, if you're lucky, to excite the judges, and you were in a panel of 5 at a time at a table. So I didn't know any better, right? Obviously I got in, but there was a lot of competition back then because FIT, which is where I went, had huge amounts of people trying to apply in those schools because it was a state college. I was out of state, so my fee was like 3 times the state college fee. I don't know if it's considered a state college anymore or if it's considered independent at this point. But you go to the other schools, there's a handful, obviously there's less people to compete with, but when you're competing with 2,000 people, to get into the first initial class in fashion design, it's a little bit of a competition. That was way back. I don't even know what the numbers are now, but it's still, a really good school. Again, what do you guys want to hear? What do you want to learn? Stump me. This is Stump Thursdays. I just wanted to hop on and say hi. Don't be shy. Ask me a question or tell me how you want to learn. How do you like learning? Are you willing to learn on Zoom? Are you willing to have a designated workspace so you don't have to drive anywhere and actually learn how to make pattern making and sewing and fitting? Do you want in-person events again? Are you interested in meeting me in person? Do you want an in-person demonstration? These are kind of things that I'm kind of playing with to see where you guys are at. What are you willing to put your hard-earned money on to learn? How are you wanting to learn? So that's the question basically of the day that I wanted to ask you guys. So if anybody wants to answer it, please do. Please do. Yep. Should I do podcasts? Please do. Never even invested in a proper, what do you call it? Microphone or whatever. So all that technical stuff really still gets to me. Really gets to me. But I don't know how to hook it up. Hence, I'm now working on 2 actual iPhones instead of my actual cameras. By the time you figure out, you know, the connectors and the programs and all of that, you can just tap 2 buttons on an iPhone and go live. So that's why that's the way that is right now. Anyways, you guys gonna say anything? Say anything. Give me a question. I would love to hear from you. What's going on? How long have you been following me? Have you seen anything interesting or new? Anything exciting you? Did you do anything exciting this summer? Do you feel refreshed and ready to learn something new? Are you wanting to explore your abilities to become a fashion designer? Are you willing to figure this out together? Because I'm here, I'm back, and I will try to do some lives, but I don't like talking to myself. So talk to me. Anyways, guys, all right, so it's so nice that you're here. Thank you for joining. And when the needles come in, I will do a video on that. We will get that second video out. I'm not really sure what else. There was one that I did on pricing. I thought you guys were gonna love. And a lot of you guys loved it because, you know, that's a tricky situation, how to price your garments, why things are priced a certain way, and all of that. So anyways, on YouTube, you didn't know that I went on this trip to Colombia because it scared the, you know what, out of me. Everything that I was afraid of, I sort of faced on that trip. If you're on my Instagram channel, Susan Elias Couture, you can see a little tiny video of that. It was a group of people that I went with, and it was very, very exciting, and it really took off some of the fears, because the fears were getting to the point where it was paralyzing, right? Of course, I came back, and my biggest fear is in front of me, which is my first pet, my Tubby, my cat, who's been on a lot of my videos, and then I have Penny as well, who's not doing well, and there's no way to brace yourself with that. And so I'm trying to learn the health and what I can do to help her as well in that. But anyways, I work here in my studio. I'm in Florida. I do want to do some in-person events of showing you fashion design, talking to you as well in fashion design. Not sure if I'm ready for any book. I do like to do the videos. I'm better with the videos. So that's where I stay, guys, and I hope you enjoy them. And we will see you guys soon, if I don't hear from you. Questions? Questions? Yeah? Yeah, how long have you been following me? Is this something that do you see my videos on a regular basis? What's going on with you guys? Has any of you ever come back from a trip and then decided you were going to do a closet makeover before you did anything else? Has any of you ever thought of how to live better, feel better, do better, and create better? Creativity, vulnerability, and just even what you learned is very precious. So don't take it for granted. Many times I have. Keep it secure, keep it fed, keep watching, keep researching, keep being curious, because that is the only way you're going to expand your horizons as a creative, designer, stylist, photographer, whatever it is that you do. All right? So that's my rambling for today. Thank you so much. See you guys soon. Bye. If I can get out of here. Am I getting off? I'm trying to get off, but too many things are coming on. Too many things are coming on. All right, I'm trying to get off. Here we go. Bye, guys.